Hi, I'm Rapoport. Thanks for watching this episode of RoadflyTV. This morning, I get to review a car that I've been personally excited about for quite some time, in the 2013 Acura ILX. I used to own an Integra that I was dearly fond of and was probably the best car I've ever had. When that and the subsequent RSX went away, it left a giant gaping hole at the bottom of Acura's lineup where one of its top sellers and most beloved models of all time used to be. Let's rewind a bit to when I bought that Integra. In 2000, Honda and Acura dominated the compact market with front drivers that were efficient, good-looking, and a blast to drive thanks to their high-revving VTEC power plants. You could have a Civic Si for around 17 grand, or an Integra GSR for about 23, or go up to about 26 and get yourself a Prelude SH, or in my case, an Integra Type R. But sadly, all good things must come to an end, and in the period from about 2001 to 2005, you could just feel Honda's attitude towards younger, enthusiast buyers like me shifting from, "Come on in, buddy, we got you covered," to, "Please leave or we'll call security." At this point, it's a little tough to gauge this car's competition. The other Japanese luxury brands really don't have anything like it. Their entry-level models are much larger, heavier, less fuel efficient, and considerably more expensive than the ILX, which starts at around $26,000. And in this more enthusiast-oriented trim, stickers for right around 30. Even compared with Acura's own TSX, the ILX is lighter, faster, more fuel efficient, and has about the same amount of legroom front and rear, as well as about the same amount of trunk space despite its smaller size. There's also a cool flat floor in the back seat, making it a better car than most for actually carrying 5 people. You do get this little screen for audio and phone info, and it displays the backup camera as well. The Bluetooth function is fantastic, as with any Acura, and I love this little cubby that can tuck my iPod and even a smartphone safely away during spirited driving. Storage in general is available, yet extremely tidy. I've been pretty vocal with my complaints that Honda are trimming down their industry-leading cubby offerings, and this car is no exception. Another strange thing is that Acura's excellent navigation system is just flat out not available with the 6-speed manual. And I can't decide how I feel about this. On the one hand, I have the navigation system in my SI, and I love it. On the other hand, I understand that I'm in a pretty small minority, and that car enthusiasts like me tend to be more of the do-it-yourself types. It's a really tough call for Acura to make, and I don't envy their position because the same people crying about how this car won't offer navigation with the enthusiast powertrain are often the same people saying, "I don't need all that fancy crap." The enthusiast market is a pretty tough crowd. Thankfully, that pendulum seems to be swinging back now. With the ILX, Acura have returned to the Integra formula, manufacturing an entry-level luxury car based on the Civic. And this car in particular is basically a Civic Si in a tuxedo, using that car's 2.4-liter inline-4 and 6-speed manual transmission. The powertrain feels just as strong in the ILX as it does in the SI, despite a small weight gain from all the extra luxury equipment. The ride is smoother and softer, and the steering has a quicker ratio as well. But in general, this car does a great job of feeling like a big brother to the SI, with one notable exception. Honda's excellent mechanical limited slip didn't make it over to the Acura. I'm not sure why, but it does pose a bit of a problem for drivers like me who like to accelerate hard in second gear coming out of a tight corner. This car definitely has enough power to smoke that inside front wheel. In a sign of the times, Acura predict that only about 5% of ILX will be selected with the 6-speed manual. And that's really a pity because unless you've driven a classic Honda or a modern Boss 302, this is pretty much the most precise and satisfying transmission you'll ever operate. I have to say I was a bit skeptical about this car at first. I wanted the second coming of the Integra, and from what I initially read, this was pretty far off. But in person, it's much closer, and that's great news for Acura. The cabin is rich and feels worth the money, and I have to say this is one of the only cars I've ever tested that has no problem meeting its advertised fuel mileage rating. Even under my lead foot, the car returned 26 miles per gallon, beating its EPA combined estimate of 25. So it's a really easy car to live with, and it's a great idea that just needs a little bit of help in terms of marketing and equipment. If the folks at Acura are watching this, I would really like to tell them, please give this car the tech package and the limited slip differential it deserves. I'm Ross Rapoport, thanks for watching me today. Please comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and you can find me on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. This way?
Yeah.
All right. That's why, I don't know.
Yeah, you can turn your upper body more. So
Yeah. This is really tough. Ugh. How's this?
You gotta put your knee down, so it's not, it doesn't look like you're crouching. You gotta lean more towards the seat.
Ugh. All right, this is probably better.
Yeah.
Okay.